Hello guys, welcome back to some more Dawn of War 3, and today we have a 1v1, except this time, if you can probably already see, and possibly by the title as well, because I don't know what I'm naming it yet, let's be honest. This match is not me playing. This is actually two different players. One is an Eldar, one is an Orc. One's name is Transplanter, the other one Tyrin. I think that's how you say it. I actually have no idea who either of these players are. I found this replay on the Dawn of War 3 forums, replays, I can't remember what it's called, but I found it there, and I will link in the description the actual website for you guys, so if you want to find your own ones, you can actually do that yourself. But anyway, we have this matchup today, and I just wanted to do something a little bit different, just to sort of show you guys how other people play, just in case you don't really watch many others. You probably do, most of you probably do. But yeah, it's mostly just for everyone to learn different strategies, and even myself to find out different strategies that others may use. So we're going to jump in, we're going to get rid of the Fog of War, and we're going to be following the Eldar side for the start. So it looks like they're going for a Bone Singer straight up, which is about what I would do too. And he seems to be heading up to this very top point just here. Doesn't seem to be moving him too far, so I'm going to speed it up. Okay, so he looks like he's heading... Oh no, he's building a warrior portal straight up. Cool. The Orc player is already sending units out. He's got a grot capturing that first point, and he's heading out to this point. Also heading out. He's got several Bone Singers out, so this is a completely different strategy from what I would normally do. He's also got a Soul Shrine coming on out. Captured the top point, and he's transported the webway up to the very top here. Looks like he's building some Banshees, so he could be going for this point here, or it could be going straight into the shield generator. We shall see. But anyway, he's got these guys here. Going to actually follow his camera for a bit to see what he's doing. Okay, so he is spotting for this middle point to see if he can capture it, and he can't because the Orcs are there. The Orcs probably did see him just there, but he managed to get his Bone Singer out. So he's bringing his other units down. Looks like he could potentially be trying to hold off an attack from this point, but we shall see. He does have the Soul Shrine out, so it looks like he could be going for a couple of upgrades there. Doesn't have enough power at the moment to build anything for those early game upgrades that he will need. Just sitting here, looks like he has attacked straight into the Orcs. This may be a decent outcome, but it probably won't be, with that turret there as well. So he may have to pull his units back out, and yeah, it looks like he's heading on back out. So maybe he was just trying to get a little bit of a feel. He probably didn't know that those Orcs were still there. He may have known because his Bone Singer was there earlier, but most likely not. He does have the webway gate out, so he's got that extra bit of a shield hanging around for whenever he tries to push into these points, or the enemy pushes into him. Speeding up a little bit more again, we're actually going to swap over to the Orc side now to see what he's hanging around doing. So what has he got out in the field? He has... We can't actually see what buildings he's got out, so... Going to have a bit of a browse around. So he's got the Boys Hut. He does have a couple of War Towers out. And that seems to be really all he's got. He's got his couple of Boy Squads. He doesn't seem to have upgraded any of them either. But we're going to swap back over to the other side, because Transplanter is actually starting to push into this top shield generator just here. He has the extra shield there if the Orcs decide to push in. And the Orcs have dropped a War, so they should be able to hopefully hold this one off if they manage to get there in time, which I don't know that they will. Could be close. I don't think he actually got any boost from that War, so that was a bit of a waste on that one. But yeah, the Banshees did head in. The Eldar did hand in. The Banshees are going to manage to hopefully get away as well. And that was a really good play by the Eldar player, Transplanter. He did manage to get the shield down. He hasn't moved his webway gate because I don't think he can, or has he already upgraded to tier 2? No, he has not. So yeah, he did lose that webway gate there, unfortunately, because he wasn't able to remove it. But that's alright, because he still has another one, and he does have plenty of resources to... Well, he did have plenty of resources to add extra units to his army, so he should be able to... what's the word? I can't think of the word, but he will have a much larger army compared to these Orcs just here with their couple of squads. Did lose his Striping Scorpions, unfortunately, there. But he should be able to hold off that attack. He did unfortunately lose all of his little generators on this point, so he won't be able to do a whole lot from that just yet, and he will have to reinforce those points as he already is. Okay, so the orcs are heading back into their base to reinforce most likely. I also didn't really go over the doctrines, but you can see the plasma grenades, the improved scream, and the crippling blast, which are pretty much all the same ones that I use. And for the orcs, they've got the keep truckin', tons of bombs, and bomb squig mine, which I don't actually use a whole lot, but I also don't really play orcs a lot either. So the Eldar are heading back up here. It looks like the orc is trying to keep around here. I think he is trying to, yep, he is about to go for the War. And I would say most likely he's either going to push into this bit just here, or the shield generator just down here, because all of these Eldar are in the wrong spot for the bottom point. They are heading back in, and yeah, it looks like he's going to try and take out the webway gate so that they cannot have the extra shields there. Is he going to get the extra bit of damage? Okay. So I'm just going to pause it real quick just here, guys. So you can't actually see it from this side. And it doesn't actually show the radius, but the War Tower does have a radius. Or did he actually get the boost? It looks like he may have actually got the boost. Okay, so yeah, because I've sped it up, the volume gets out of sync. But yeah, guys, for those of you that aren't really big on orc plays, the War Tower does have a shield and it only reaches to, from where that tower is there, it only reaches to about just here. If you're not in that radius, your orc units will not get that boost. So it looks like these guys have gotten it. These guys definitely have, because you can see that little red aura around their eyes. But some of these guys may not have. So yeah, just a little tip there, guys. I'm going to resume now. So it was sort of just a mediocre push there. They didn't really get a whole lot done other than that webway gate. Or did they actually? No, the webway gate actually survived it. So the Bonesinger is actually going to heal that one up now, unfortunately for the orcs. So he does have a couple more buildings out just here, so he could be able to bring out a few more units, and looks like he's got a truck out on the field. So hopefully he will have... Does he have... Okay, we can't see it. He does have a pile of guns, and it looks like he's gone for the reinforce for trucks, so we will be able to reinforce his units on those trucks as well out in the field. So that's really good for him. The Eldar look like they're trying to push in with the Striking Scorpions hunt. So they're trying to get a little bit of vision so that they can see what's there, and he has way too much there that he will not be able to handle. He could be able to do it if he macros it properly, but with the extra turret there, there's no way he's going to be able to win the entirety of that battle. So he is pushing down to this bottom point, trying to see what he can grab here. That hunt actually really lasts for a long time, or has he dropped another one? He must have dropped another one. Yeah, that hunt lasts for a decent chunk of time. So he is trying to take out this bottom point. The orcs aren't really doing anything about it just yet because they want to keep the war, and I believe they're going to try and push into this shield gen once again. Well, actually, they did push the top the other time. Okay, so yeah, you can sort of see the pulsing just there from that War Tower. So it actually does reach a little bit further. So the other one probably reaches about here. So he is pushing down to this bottom shield gen, and I believe that Transplanter is prepared for this one. He did actually... he sort of like clumped all his units together there, so he didn't really win that little first bit. But hopefully he will be able to do enough damage with the Dire Avengers and the Dark Reapers in the background. So yeah, the Orc did have to unfortunately jump on out of that battle because the Reapers and the Dire Avengers were doing enough damage to push him back. He does have Big Mech Wazmucker out on the field as well. And as you saw, he did actually hit the Banshees there with the stun from his orbital scrap. So that was a little bit of a decent chunk of damage, but it probably wasn't a whole lot. And I don't believe, no, he doesn't have anything to reinforce, or to, reinforce his units on the scrap. So that's a little bit unfortunate for him, but that's okay. I'm going to speed it up a little bit more just here. And yeah, it looks like these guys are pretty much at a constant back and forth battle. So they are both actually playing fairly decently, but yeah, no one's able to really do a whole lot. At this point, the Eldar are in a little bit of an advantage because they have taken out that shield generator. But in the long game, that can still really mean absolutely nothing. So he does have another building out on the field with the Sky Portal, and it looks like the Orcs are trying to hang around in the area again. They could potentially go for the top because the Eldar are down the bottom, and he will see this. So let's see what he manages to do from here. He does have enough elite points for the warp spiders as well, should he choose to. But there's a very high chance that he could try and wait it out for Taldia. Okay, so yeah, those Banshees did go in, do a little bit of damage, so... What did he just drop in? Oh, he did drop the warp spiders in. Okay, so yeah, a lot is happening just here. The truck is down by the looks of it. Yep, the truck is down, and it looks like the Eldar could be in the lead for this one because of those warp spiders out on the field dealing that extra bit of elite damage. He is making use of that teleport on them as well, so he can see that the Wasmucker is out in the background there, so he's trying to keep him out of the way. He does also have his first Falcon out on the field, so he's definitely in the lead for this battle. The Orcs, I don't believe, have any vehicle buildings out that I can see. They have the trucks, but that's about it. And he does only have three war towers out, so I don't believe he can quite make the mech shot. Oh no, well, he doesn't have the resources anyway. So it's going to be a little bit harder for him at this point because he doesn't have the vehicles out on the field while the Eldar does have their first one out. They don't, however, have that much in the way of power to be able to continue to push out more. So we shall see how they go. The Eldar will most likely be able to push into this middle point if they choose to, but I don't think they will go to do that. I think they will, yeah, as I said, most likely go around the back. I don't think they'll try and push into the turret just yet. They are going to try and take this back point. Yep. Okay, so they have done a massive amount of damage to all of that stuff just there without the Orcs even being able to do anything about it. And by the time that the Orcs react, they're long gone. So he is also at tier 3 now, which means that he'll be able to use the Eldritch Storm if he decides to. So yeah, the Eldar requisition or tier wise are in the lead, and vehicle wise as well, so it looks like they could at this point take the lead. It is still a decent chunk on the fight left though, as you can see by the little timer just here, so we will see how it goes. So the Orcs have managed to push back that one with the turret shockwave scrap turrets from good old Wasmucker. I forgot his name for a second there because I don't play on that much. But yeah, Wasmucker was able to hold that one back for the Orcs, which is a really good play. And he basically took out majority of what the Eldar had at this point, so they're going to have to completely rebuild majority of their army. But at the same time, the Orcs still really can't do a whole lot about pushing into it because of that one Falcon. Does have a Fire Prism out on the field as well now, so even better of an advantage for the Eldar at this point. Alright, so they're all just reinforcing at this point, not a whole lot happening. Nobody has this bottom point either at the moment, and I don't think either of them know that, so no one seems to be pushing into that just yet. I don't think either of them are really too worried about it at this point, though it could definitely help the Orcs with getting the power up, because they probably don't have a massive amount just yet, and still nothing to be able to hold back those vehicles without a few of the Tankbusters in the right positions. Alright, so I'm going to speed it up a bit more because it is going quite slow. The Orcs are going for another war. I'm actually going to slow it down a little bit again. So where do I think he's going to hit? I think he's going to hit into the bottom again. But the Eldar are positioned well that they can actually take it from either angle. Oh, looks like he's hitting into the very bottom actually. Didn't think he would go for this one. So yeah, a better play for him was he probably could have scouted that out before actually wasting that war. He probably could have scouted that out with a Grot, or Gretchen, whatever you want to call it, before actually wasting the entirety of that war. So yeah, hopefully he will be able to get a vehicle out on the field with the extra power he'll be able to get from these little points just here. So I can only imagine that, yeah, he has plenty of requisition to be able to drop a couple of those out. Can't actually select that. Can I get in there? Yeah, just that. Yeah, there we go. 144 each. Okay, so he doesn't quite have enough for that. It's a lot more expensive than I thought it was. Oh, those sneaky little buggers going around the back. Well played there, Eldar. But yeah, unfortunately that webway gate is going to go down. There's not a lot he's going to be able to do about it. So yeah, they are going to hang around there. These guys, I don't know that they have actually seen the Scorpions at all. But yeah, we can see the Scorpions there, so they know exactly what's happening. They're heading back, so they didn't actually do... They did a little bit of damage onto the shield gen, but yeah, not enough as to what they could have done. But I didn't actually see if the Eldar had their units there in time, so it may have been a better play not to. Speeding up again, we'll see what's happening around here. So the Eldar seems to have a decent chunk of an army out. He has all of his buildings out, so he is maxed out on everything that he can possibly want to use on the field. Alright, so the Eldar Rangers are trying to just hang around. He does have a heap of squigs just there, bomb squigs. They're sort of just chilling. I think he knows that they're there, so he probably may have seen them appear at the first little bit, so he won't be able to do anything about that. They are going to trade strategic points just here, but it could be that the Eldar is going to, head straight up into that shield, knowing that his entire enemy army is up the very top, and he will most likely take out pretty much everything that this Orc has just here. Even pushing into the turret as well. Ballsy move, considering that the entire Orc army is right behind him, and if he tries to turn around, he has absolutely nothing. And as I just said, well played for the Eldar for... Did he take out the turret? He did not take out the turret. So actually more well played on the Orc, because now the entire Eldar army is gone. He has to rebuild everything, and the shield gen is also gone because of his very bad play just there. So yeah guys, make sure that even if your opponent's army is on the opposite side of the field, if you've taken out that shield gen first, know that they are probably already halfway on their way there, and they will flank you. So you will be sandwiched in the middle, and there is absolutely nothing you can do at that point. So yeah, it's little plays like that that the Eldar probably could have made a whole lot better. Alright, but he's pretty much remade a lot of his army. He doesn't have any... Oh no, he has the Wolf Spider out on the field, and he also has Taldir out on the field, because I don't... Or where is actually the elite point? The elite point's in the middle here, so the Orcs... Oh, the Orcs don't actually have an elite like that, or the Giant Titan elite, whatever you want to call it, Semi-Titan. So it looks like they're going to push in, and yeah, Taldir is just going to... Oh, whoa, Taldir is actually going to go down. That was a hell of a lot more in the Orcs' favour than I expected it was going to go. So yeah, well played on the Orcs right there. I was not expecting Taldir to go down just like that. But then I guess actually, what do the Orcs have? They have a lot of Tankbusters out, so yeah, they have a lot of Tankbusters out. How many do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, I think. Probably miscounted that. Yeah, it looks like the Orcs are going to actually come back with the comeback in this little bit just here. War Spiders are going to try and do as much damage as they possibly can, putting out those little slow mines as well. Whoa, that was a decent chunk of damage. I didn't actually know that the slow mines did damage like that. There you go. I thought they were just slow. But anyway, so yeah, they managed to hold the Orcs back just there, taking out a decent chunk of the army. Actually, no, they really didn't. Where are those Orcs? I don't actually know where all those Tankbusters are. Or maybe they were all there, I just didn't see them. I have no idea where those Tankbusters are. Where are they? Oh, they're all just there. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, the Eldar did manage to hold it, despite Taldir going down incredibly quickly. And so I think he's sort of just trying to wait it out to get Taldir back. It's going to be a long while though. He could actually start to head up into the bottom point again. Okay, so yeah, he has the Depthcopters there, which are going to go down fairly quickly because surprisingly those Depthcopters are a lot weaker than I thought they would be. And yeah, personally I don't actually ever see Depthcopters in matches, but you know, sometimes you do. They probably would be a lot better on just taking out points like that. But the Orcs seem like they're getting ready for another push on this top point. So we shall see how that goes. Doing a bit of a bombing run sort of thing with those Depthcopters just there. So he did manage to take out a warrior portal just there. I don't think he did a whole lot of damage. I don't know if he actually had a third, what do you call it? A third node there. I don't think he actually had a third one. It was just the majority of the damage was onto the warrior portal. Small little battle just going on here with the scrap turrets. They didn't really do a whole lot just there actually, I don't believe. So yeah, they are trying to mostly hold this top point and defend it here. Does drop the Eldritch Storm as well to sort of push any orcs from behind out of the way. So yeah, they can push into that because it is now the conduit form. But whether or not he knows how quickly he'll be able to damage that, we're not sure about. So at this point, the Eldar pretty much has the advantage, but at the same time, he is being sandwiched by the orcs. So yeah, there's not a lot he's going to be able to do, and especially because the power core did up its shield. Toldir back on the field, but is she going to be able to do a whole lot? Possibly not. She has stunned a majority of that army just there. So let's see how much damage she can actually do in this short period of time. We do see... what do we see? Any armies going down really quickly? No, not really. So yeah, Toldir looks like she is going to take a whole lot of damage there again. Whether or not she's going to make it out, probably not because of the knob stun. Down she goes again. So yeah, Eldar not playing very strategically at this point, considering knowing that the opponent has a whole lot of tank busters. If your opponent has a whole lot of tank busters and you know that, go in there with units that will take them out that the tank busters won't do any damage to whatsoever. He does have a Death Dread out on the field, so you got to make sure that you keep at a distance as well, or try and flank like the Orc is managing to do to you sometimes. A couple of Wraith Guards out there to take out vehicles, but yeah, as I said, a lot of them are normal armor, a couple of heavy armor knobs there. I don't actually know what armor they go against the Wraith Guard. Melee, normal damage, armor piercing. So yeah, they do half and half to them. Yeah, that turret is unfortunately going to go down, and he's going to go on back home because he doesn't have a decent enough army to be able to push further in. Okay, so what do we got here? So he does still have a couple of vehicles out on the field. And he looks like he could potentially start to push in again. But whether or not he's going to push right into his opponent's front line again, or whether he's going to go smart and play it around the back. So it looks like he could potentially be pushing into this middle bit just here actually. Death Dread is there to be able to do a bit of damage to those Banshees, but unfortunately is going to go down, and they are going to be able to try and do a bit of damage into that, what do you call it? Strategic point tower, whatever you want to call it, listening post. Wasmarker did have a scrap turret out on the field as well, so he will be able to push them back for a second. But now that that is gone, they are going to definitely push in and take this middle point just here. There was a lot of squig mines hanging around there that I didn't actually see. So yeah, down goes that tower, or the turret. No, what do you want to call it? The listening post, one of the above. But they're not actually going to stick around. I would have taken a couple more seconds out of my day to get rid of those nodes, because that lessens what he's actually getting. Turret does go down, and the Orcs are going to be able to try and push back the Eldar. But yeah, again, the Eldar just doesn't have the right units out on the field to take out these tank busters in the back. So yeah, his units are very quickly going to go down. Is he going to drop the Eldritch Storm? I believe he may not. So yeah, again down goes the entirety of that Eldar army because he's just not building the right units. Okay, so he's got a couple of Wraith Blades out on the field, which might actually do a little bit of damage, but because the Wraith Blades are still quite fragile getting into the opponents, it could very well work out in the Orcs' favour again. Speeding up a bit more, he has maxed out on a lot of his upgrades for his units from the Soul Shrine. Still does not have the Webway Gate Reinforce. I would strongly recommend getting that one if you're going to push in. Down goes this top point, and it looks like the Eldar... No, sorry, the Orcs aren't going to do anything about it. They're just going to leave it, because they are being attacked once again. We're going to slow this back down and see what damage the Eldar can do here. He has dropped the Conduit again, seeing what he can do to these Orcs, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be able to do a whole lot. So yeah, again, the Eldar does have a couple of the Wraith Blades in there, but I just don't think they're attacking the right units. He should definitely be hitting those Tankbusters, because while the trucks can reinforce them, it's the Tankbusters that are doing a whole lot of damage to your Wraith Blades. He has dropped the tractor beam, whatever you want to call it, on top of the backline units, so he's got his Reapers heading out further out of the way to try and push it down. So yeah, those Wraith Blades are heading on in. They are quite slow though, so they could take a little bit of time to get there, but the big track could end up taking out that Wraith Blade, and so it does. But Taldir jumps on over the bloody edge, flies into the base, and he is now going to try and push into the power core. It does have the shield up, so he should try and take out a building or two. The knobs will probably do a decent chunk of damage to Taldir just here. Well, not a decent chunk of damage, but they will do a lot of immobilization damage. He actually leaves, or is he going to take it out? No, he does take it out. Tankbuster's back out on the field where they should be aiming at Taldir, but they're not. They're actually just aiming at the Dark Reapers. So yeah, those Tankbusters should definitely have been aiming at Taldir just there, and down they go really quickly. So yeah, basically the Eldar has this match now. Even though he wasn't making the right units for a decent chunk of time, he did manage to come back with the comeback. Nailed that one. So yeah, well done to the Eldar player, Transplanter I believe his name was, and very good game to the Orc player as well. You definitely played very well, utilizing those Tankbusters very well to take out Taldir. Twice, not once, but twice actually. So yeah, well played to both teams, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and maybe you learned a new strategy or two out of the Eldar. I know I definitely have learnt not to use the wrong units, even though I pretty much already knew that, but you know, occasionally everyone makes mistakes. I would make mistakes too occasionally in this game. But yeah, anyway, that's all we have for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe, because it all helps to continue growing the channel. And if you haven't as well, make sure you click the little bell icon next to the subscribe button, because you will get a notification as soon as I upload a video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you next time.